Hey, this is Senator Justin Reedy coming to you at the end of the 7th full week of the 2024 General Assembly session here in Annapolis. We have had an eventful week on policy, and I wanted to lead off talking with you about something that I think is overall a positive development. That we've talked a lot about crime, and we've mentioned a lot about what's been going on trying to deal with juvenile crime and juvenile justice issues. There is a bill that is now moved on the Senate floor to what we call third reading for final passage. It has passed the House. A version of it's passed the House, and this bill is on the floor of the Senate. Probably will pass Monday. Not going to get to it today on Friday, but it would actually increase some penalties and probationary periods for juveniles. It does make some progress in addressing crimes committed by children 13 and under. It does not go as far as many of us would have liked on some issues like child questioning by police, which still is not allowed without a lawyer present. That's something I continue to push for if a parent gives permission for a child to be able to talk with police in an investigation. But the bill does make progress on some juvenile justice issues and concerns, and particularly when there's violent crimes, and also stealing cars is going to be treated much more seriously by juveniles than it has before. The bill also holds the Department of Juvenile Services accountable to keep track and to be much more timely in responding when police contact them because they've picked up a juvenile that's been committing crimes, particularly when they've committed multiple crimes and not been dealt with. Our goal here is, number one, safety for the community. Number two, we want accountability and consequences for criminal behavior, particularly repeated criminal behavior. And number three, we want to hold the system, particularly the Department of Juvenile Services, accountable for getting these kids into services that need services. We want to be sure that kids who are involved in some sort of criminal activity, we want to get it when it starts. We don't want to have it escalate to serious crimes. We want kids that have been, getting caught up doing things that are wrong to the system to engage them, engage their families, and to be sure that we can get them on the right track. And again, like I said, protect the community. So that's a positive development that looks like it's going to pass out on Monday. We're going to continue to push. There's some elements that we didn't get in that bill that we're going to continue to push for. And we're also going to continue to put pressure on the Democratic leadership of the General Assembly to say it isn't just about juveniles. We're glad we're making some progress. We've got to deal with repeat violent offenders who are causing so much havoc in some of our communities. So a little bit of progress, still a long way to go, but I'll definitely keep you posted on that. And then secondly, late last week, a bill passed out of the House, a really bad bill, HB 558, that it's a radical bill that it started out trying to put a certain type of health curriculum into state law. We don't normally ever put curriculum in state law. It's normally something that local school boards and the State Department of Education work on curriculum together. This healthcare framework introduces a lot of subjects, particularly in my view and the view of many, inappropriate sexual subjects, sexual content, gender identity content to kids as young as kindergarten. Well, every county has to comply with this. Carroll County has complied with it, but Carroll County has a robust opt-out program that people can access if they don't want their kids to, at 5 and 6 year old, be taught about whether someone decides they want to change their sex. So that Carroll County has this opt-out program. Well, it was being targeted by liberal Democrats in the General Assembly. They added an amendment onto this already bad bill to say that parents can't opt their kids out of this kind of instruction, which is just outrageous. We've always had opt-outs for human sexuality and other types of sensitive subjects where families can make the decision themselves if they want their kids to receive that from the school system or if they want to take care of those issues at home. This bill tries to take that opt-out totally away. I'm thankful Delegate April Rose led the fight on the House floor to defeat this bill. It did pass, however. Unfortunately, I'm working to defeat it in the Senate. I'm going to be working very hard to try to defeat it in the Senate because we don't put curriculum in state law, number one. Number two, the idea that parents can't opt their kids out of sensitive sort of human sexuality content, we've always allowed that. Whether somebody agrees or disagrees with that parent, they're allowed to opt their kids out. So I'm hoping we can defeat that in the Senate. I'll keep you posted on that as well. We're getting to a really busy period here in session. I look forward, of course, to continuing to update you. Feel free to reach out with any questions. And thank you for the honor and responsibility of serving you here in the Senate. God bless.